Somebody has stolen Saraya's gear, and we're going to be talking about the reason why LA Knight was not on Smackdown. Let us begin. If you guys were watching Smackdown last night, you'll notice that we had an impromptu matchup between the Street Profits and the LWO. Now, Mysterio and Escobar surprisingly won this match, meaning either WWE is already breaking up the Street Profits and Lashley, or they're telling a deeper and long-term story. Well, the Street Profits will really have to listen to Lashley and turn completely heel. And to give you guys some context, when Escobar went for the roll-up on Dawkins, Dawkins seemed a little bit shocked because Lashley essentially gave him the alley-oop on the outside. Now, this was interesting, is that the character development here is going to be coming to fruition in a minute. I wanted to also correct myself. It wasn't Escobar who got the roll-up on Dawkins. It was Mysterio after Lashley hit him on the outside. But the story that's being told here is that Lashley is trying to get the Profits to that next level, starting to win by any means necessary. So essentially, he's making them understand that the way that they were doing things wasn't working, and that was for a reason. And that is going to be the larger character development, which will make them work for the heel turn and question right from wrong and their morality and things like that. And ultimately come around to seeing Bobby Lashley's way of doing things. And that's pretty much it. Because Lashley was like, hey, if you guys don't want to do this, I'll find someone else. So if you can't find that killer instinct, I'll find somebody who will. This leaves a lot to be questioned with the future of the Street Profits, but I'm really liking how they're just not automatically conforming to the dark side, but rather being guided to it. And that's what's going to make me enjoy this group even more. So the one thing that I should point out here before we get started with this is that I don't exactly know where she lost her gear, because they were at Grand Slam on Wednesday and they most likely left Thursday because, as you guys know, Rampage is pre-recorded and it was recorded before Dynamite and after Dynamite. So Saraya says the following: heads up to the public, all my wrestling gear has recently gone missing, including jackets that I owned for 10 years and have sentimental value. Jackets, my return gear, Wembley gear, Outcast gear, the whole lot. Luckily I have 2 jackets left, but I would love for you guys to keep an eye out on the internet and auction sites, because someone may wind up selling the stuff eventually. And if you hear anything, please contact hello@allelitewrestling.com with the subject line of Saraya gear, AEW tickets, and an autograph to anyone that leads to the recovery of these items. Thank you. Now, it's interesting enough because on the one day that Saraya lost her gear, there was someone in Whatnot also selling her gear from a storage locker, which was a whole completely separate thing. So I'm actually going to explain those two things now. Now, this person goes by the name, I don't actually know if this is the person who runs the Whatnot account that I'm going to show you a clip of in a minute, but let's just say for this person is selling memorabilia from Saraya's storage locker. Now, this was due to a locker or U-Haul storage that was not paid by Saraya, and in doing so was sold to someone else at an auction. They have usually these type of auctions every day, but because it was someone famous, everybody decided to look into it, and this is how I got the story. So this was the guy, as you look here, his name is and he is selling everything from the storage. This isn't Saraya's actual gear that was stolen. This is from a long time ago. And here's how I know that Saraya is not talking about this stuff here. So Saraya responds to everyone tagging him, basically saying, also, this stuff I'm not talking about from when I was 19. That's old news. I'm talking about this stuff. And then she shows a picture of all her gears that are actually missing. So it's like her Wembley gear, her Outcast jackets, you know, basically all the stuff that she's had when she came to AEW. And that's what she was exactly talking about. And then she goes, oh, also this stuff. So it's like, you know, the Outcast gear. I think that was when she fought Britt, maybe. And that one and this. So yeah. Now this person actually reached out to Saraya as well to try to get her stuff back. And this is what they had to say about it.
Make things sticking points to where we could move past. And it came down to, I set expectations early on. I said we would exchange items, and she wanted everything up front.
Yeah, she wanted us to send things with nothing, and I'm like, oh, I could be sending it to nobody. So I'm sorry, that is not how this works.
And they tried to reach out to Saraya, and basically what they said was that Saraya was a little bit stagnant about those things. I mean, to be honest, it's not that big a deal. It was from when she was 19, like she said, it doesn't matter. But this has no real affiliation to the gear she's currently missing, and that's why I wanted to clear that up, because when I was watching the live, that person was streaming for a couple hours, and there were people going on there sending him hate comments and things like that, like, oh, you stole Saraya's gear and shouldn't be doing that, blah, blah, blah. It's like, but he won it from an auction fair and square. And if it, you know, he said, quote, if it wasn't someone famous, nobody would care. And that's true. Is it kind of a scumbaggy thing to do? Kinda, but I mean, if she didn't pay her U-Haul gear or whatever it is, it is what it is. It's not the gear that she's actually missing. She didn't go on record saying that she cares about those things. That stuff is long gone. She cares about what was stolen from her now. In any case, like I said, man, you guys can or email to hello@allelitewrestling.com if you find anything, and hopefully we find her stuff. So for Sean Ross of FIFO Select, it is confirmed with WWE sources that those close to him, LA Knight tested positive for COVID just before SmackDown, and he had to leave the building. He was actually supposed to be involved in a main event segment, and he was supposed to help John Cena fend off the bloodline. And another thing to note per Boozer is that tonight at the top of SmackDown, we were supposed to have more LA Knight and Heyman stuff, and we didn't get that obviously due to what he contracted. But we should be seeing LA Knight soon. I still think he'll be good to go by Fastlane. It'll be interesting to see how they do this. There was also a video posted by Karrion Kross that was watching John Cena, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with Karrion Kross and John Cena. If John Cena will team up with LA Knight versus the Bloodline at Fastlane, if that's still going to happen, or if he's going to wind up teaming with Styles, which it looked like they were going to do that, but then LA Knight. What is John Cena going to do at Fastlane? What is he going to do? You know, there was a rumor that they're going to do Solo versus Cena at the Royal Rumble. What's going to happen these next couple of weeks with that? I don't know. But it was very interesting to see this right here because I think Karrion Kross really just needs that one big feud to get him back into trajectory. But if they go on the mic, Cena is going to annihilate him. Let's be real. I don't know. You guys let me know. Would you want to see this feud? Yes or no? One other thing to note as well is that Austin Theory and Grayson Waller have been a great tag team so far. And I'm interested to see where they go. But Austin Theory also references the popping bottles and champagne.
Too, right? Really big things, and honestly, you're wasting our time. We got to go pop bottles and champagne because.
Nice. And of course, our final thing to talk about for the SmackDown recap, the first encounter between these two ladies one-on-one in an actual wrestling match. It went for 18 minutes, 5-minute commercials, 13 minutes of actual wrestling, which is fantastic. Their match was awesome. I mean, granted, Charlotte Flair kind of ruined it a little bit getting involved, attacking Bayley on the outside, but you know, you could argue that Bayley getting involved more or less kind of turned it to the left a little bit as well. But the whole thing is Charlotte isn't needed in a title feud. That's what I'm trying to say. Like they don't have to be scared and put her in another feud. Like they could have, what I thought they were going to do was do Bianca versus Charlotte without the title, which is hopefully what they do. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. But yeah, this match was awesome, top to bottom. I want to see it again, and this time at a premium live event. With that being said, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. Peace.